Hello everyone, Angelo here, homeless filmmaker in LA, living in my car for over 2 years now. I work in a warehouse at night, getting ready to go to sleep, but I thought I have to film this at least. What is this condition where it seems like almost exclusively older people at my job don't wear masks? Specifically, and it's not all the old people, actually I'd say at least the majority of them wear masks, at least now that I made demands about 24 times that people wear them, and I complained to the general manager, to the managers, to the supervisors, to administrators, on and on. And now I've been there 2 months, or just short of 2 months. But what is this condition where a lot of the older drivers in particular, the drivers, don't wear masks? Some of these guys are, and women, are just mean a-holes. Why am I censoring myself? I don't know. I feel like it's not that effective to just say the actual word. I'm not going to say it. But maybe it's, I think I'm like over-exaggerating when I say the actual word asshole. But yeah, I don't know. I guess just like a chauvinistic thing, like a macho thing, or I don't know what it is. Because now, you know, it's almost like apocalyptic in LA. How fast, I should say, the Trump virus is spreading. And the Department of Health said this coming month, January, could very well be the worst. And yeah, the vaccines are coming, but they're going so slow. They're disorganized in how they're getting them out. I'm distracted because this lady, she just tried holding 2 bags of what looks like lemons up to somebody driving by. I'm trying to figure out, is she trying to get a ride from someone or trying to sell those bags of lemons? Whatever. But what is it? Like, why would you not want to wear a mask? I wear 2 masks, so I'll wear, like, this one's super comfy, and the thing is, I wear this because it's got the, like, you know, things that go on my nose, and that helps prevent fogging a lot in my face shield. And I'll wear this one over it. This one's got layers. My allergies. And I wear my face shield over all that. And even then, I know it's still not perfect, so, you know, I try and move by people quickly. We can't really distance. That's the problem. But what is it? People don't want to do it. We have to continually remind them. A lot of them still just take them down. One guy, I swear, I told him he's got to pull his driver, pull his mat. He always looks like a sauced up Dean Martin. I was going to say Jerry Lewis. He always, I'm not saying he's been drinking before work. I don't think he has. I'm just saying he always fucking looks like sauced up a little bit. Not wasted, just like, kind of like Dean Martin. And I told him he's got to, you know, pull up his mask. It's dangerous. And he just wagged his finger at me. He's like, no. I'm like, all right. Went over to a manager and told him, I'm like, hey, can we go talk to this guy? Tell him I told him, explain what happened. He's like, no, let me talk to him. I said, why? Let me say something too. Maybe for the best that I didn't say anything. I wasn't going to try and like start an argument, but I don't know. Obviously, I'm a biased person because he wagged his finger at me, but I'm like, why would he not want to do it? What kind of dope? He was wearing it over his mouth. It's like, why not go the extra? Anyway, these are overgrown children, basically, and they're miserable fucks. So that's the thing. That's why it's like easy not to get too mad about it, because yeah, it's easy to want to murder someone who does that, but it's like, okay, you're being an idiot. In the meantime, I just wanted to avoid him, stay away from him, and not get too close, because obviously he's not being safe. I'm gonna block out the back window so the camera, oh shit, focuses in on me. I keep these napkins I get from the food bank in my sweater pocket because my allergies act up, and I prefer having napkins when I gotta blow my nose. They wore us ragged today. Oh man, I was running around like 8 hours. I must have burned like 4,000 calories or so. lifted a bunch of heavy boxes. Just trying to eat enough calories. I really probably don't eat enough, but I want to lose weight. So anyways, that was one thing I was wondering about. Can someone explain this to me? It seems like older people are doing it. Granted, there's younger people who don't wear masks too, but they do it. I understand the rationale, even though I don't agree with it. When they're talking to their friends, you see how excited they are when we're on break, and then they pull down their masks. And I always want to be like, if you have the Trump virus and you give it to your friend, they could die in 3 to 6 weeks because you had your mask down. But in regards to that, I don't go up to people and tell them that. Maybe I should. I called my company's human resources line. I've called it a bunch of times to complain about the mask compliance. And I said, first of all, it's almost a certain thing. There's people in the warehouse who have it and are asymptomatic. We've got like 200 people or so who work in that warehouse when it's really busy, when the drivers come in. So like first few hours of the day, we come into work at 2:30 in the morning. First 4 hours or so, we're just sorting boxes. Then after that, usually that's about when drivers start coming and sorting them out and putting them onto their vehicles. But I called and said, okay, one, the mask usage isn't enforced and we need it because it's inevitable. It's going to run through the whole warehouse. I said I would like it if we had staggered schedules. Maybe we could come in earlier. I would enjoy that, coming into work at 10 o'clock at night. And that way we could finish our shift and then the drivers could come in. I don't know if that could work exactly, because I know there's also night crews who work. It's basically a place that's open like 24 hours. So I know there's night crews working there too, and they got to have the freight trucks that unload. But it seems like we could do it even if we just have to like delay everything by a day. I'm going to ask about that at the next thing that I suggested that they are implementing, which is an employee safety meeting we're going to have soon. And I saw that written on the, our big bulletin board thing. I'm like, oh, good. We need a meeting. I hope they're stern enough with everyone and clear, because I said we need it because employees, like, they'll gather in groups. I've counted one group, 18, eating, drinking, and they weren't, a lot of people in the group weren't wearing masks. And the manager was practically the host of the party. I was like, what are you doing? I told him this is a super spreader event waiting to happen. He's like, oh, I'll say something to him. I'm like, do you know the odds of someone here having the Trump virus? And he said, no. I said, I don't know either, but I can look it up. And he's like, no, that's fine. You get to work. And I looked it up later for a group of 20 on that day. I think it was right before New Year's. The odds in a group of 20 in LA were 74% that somebody in the group has the Trump virus. There's a Georgia Tech website where they put in the numbers every day, and you can look it up by county across the country. So it's for all of LA County. Obviously, LA County is very big, so some areas it's going to be more different than others. That lady is still there holding lemons. I think it's lemons. What else could be yellow? Who the hell's driving out of here and just wants lemons? I feel bad. Jeez. Maybe she wants a ride? I don't know, and she'll pay in lemons. How many miles can lemons get you? But anyways, we're going to have this meeting. Hopefully, this is a game changer. This is amazing. We've never seen anything like this before. I suggested it. Frankly, the place was going to hell before I suggested this. You saw it. You know it. And you all in the back, you're so dishonest. Don't even listen to me. The people watching in that direction and looking over at their TVs with me on them, it's just wow, what a beauty. Just they're the sickest people. Anyways, also a driver got fired because he punched one of my coworkers. And he punched like one of the nicest guys too. I don't know what happened exactly. I didn't see it, but that's messed up, and not surprising. I'm not saying I expected it, but when I heard that, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, a driver would punch someone. Anyways, I'm just trying to stay calm, trying to eat well. I don't know what it is. I look at my face on I'm filming on my phone. My face looks as fat as ever, even though I've lost quite a bit of weight. And just trying to sleep well. That's a big thing. I need to sleep even more. I'm sleeping all right, but I really need to get in good sleep, especially after, I mean, like 8 hours of like speed walking and heavy lifting. There was a lot of heavy, like packages over 70 pounds. And, you know, when you're lifting a bunch of those, it doesn't feel that heavy. It's like afterwards I realized, like, oh my goodness, that was a lot of weight. I was lifting all day. And I still work out too. I'll probably do it in the morning. Right now I just want to rest my muscles. But the final question I have, is there any such strategy to like saving money when you're working a job like this? None of those like CNBC articles are helpful at all. Put your money away in carrot futures or something, and you'll make an extra eighth of a cent on each share or whatever. I don't know. But is there anything useful for me to know about saving money? I mean, my expenses are relatively low now. I wish they were lower. But the good thing is we're back to working 6 days a week. I'm going to work all 6 days a week. For now, the hours are all right. Like 8 hours a day, that's really good. And over 8 hours, it turns into overtime pay. So I don't know if it's going to be shorter hours, but no point in worrying about that. You know, you can worry about every little scenario in the future. And also put your bets on when an outbreak of the Trump virus is going to happen at my job. I don't think it's fun to think about or anything, but I'm wondering, you know, is it inevitable, or could you somehow be foolish and lucky enough to not get it, you know, when you're not wearing masks and you're obviously not too concerned about it? Yeah. Like I'm just wondering, especially in the case of the people who don't wear masks, because they're inevitably, one person gets it, they're going to give it to each other because they like socializing. So they like going up to each other and talking with their masks down and talking loudly. And it's like, can they really all be that lucky that they're not going to get it? Again, I don't want it to happen, but. And then, of course, there's the issue that, you know, people are going to come into work, won't know they have it. That's going to be the most troublesome, worrying thing. Anyways, my saving. I'm trying to save for money for new film gear. I could very well be working this job for a year or more. Who knows with how things are going with the pandemic and the rollout of the vaccines being so screwed up, so effed up. I'm censoring myself again. But I don't know if there's any other way to save faster. I'm not doing that bullshit like, oh, put it in a savings account, you get 0.5% interest on it. Oh, big deal. Extra $3 at the end of the year or something. I think maybe I should have an accountant help me do my taxes. TurboTax charged like hundreds of dollars to help me do my small business taxes last year. You know, I think it was all like hidden. It didn't tell me until the end. I'm like, what the hell? I thought I was going to get a refund, and then it small business for my video work. So I'm like, maybe at least do it with an accountant, and at least it wouldn't be going to a corporation that's screwing me like that, and could be a little more helpful while they're doing it. That was so messed up, and I really needed that money last year. That was after I had my relapse of my dissociative disorder, and I couldn't even look at my laptop a lot of days because it was so painful with how my senses were messed up. Anyway, and I'm still recovering from that, doing better. So anyways, I'm going to try and get some sleep now, even though it's like 5 in the afternoon. Really, I would have liked to have been asleep an hour ago. But anyways, let me know the answers to all my questions. Thanks.